This week's G.I. Joe toy review, where we will be continuing Ugly Ass Figures Month. This week, since this is week 2, we will be looking at Raptor, the Cobra Falconeer. But before we get to Raptor's video, or Raptor's review, let's do our typical shout-outs of the week. Starting with Back to the Media at 41 South Loudon Street here in Winchester, Virginia. And you can go and find them also. Besides going to the store, you can find them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, as well as finding them at their website at backtothemedia.com. And you can email them at backtothemedia@gmail.com. And when you're in the store, you can find video games going all the way back to the Atari, as well as more up to date. Yes, excuse me, y'all. Yeah, but you can find them all the way back to the Atari and with their video game systems, all the way up to current stuff. And as well as find like comics, old vintage comics and modern comics and whatnot. And they got Funko Pops and different other toys and things of the nature. They got music and movies and stuff. They're a pretty good store, very good store to find a lot of your mostly for your video game needs. So go ahead and check them out. And while you're in the neighborhood and in the vicinity of Back to the Media, head over to 115 South Loudon Street here in Winchester, Virginia. And you can go and see Charles or Jack and at Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles. And you can email them at timetravelertoys@gmail.com, or you can find them on Facebook. They buy and sell all kind of comics, toys, and collectibles. And in the store, they got stuff like Thundercats and He-Man and G.I. Joe and Transformers and things of the such. So go ahead and check them out. They're a very, very good store too. I love that store myself. And then after you leave the Walking Mall, you can head over to 4-Color Fantasies for all your comic book necessities, where they got the vintage comics as well as the modern. And they're at 88 Weems Lane here in Winchester, Virginia. And I think you can find them on Facebook, I think. Yeah, you can find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So go ahead and email them at 4colorfantasies@gmail.com. Yeah, so go ahead and check them out also. That's a very good store. I get most of my comics from there. And if you're needing, and this is a very special shout out for anybody that suffers from any kind of mental illness, such as depression, and of the like. And if you just need regular like marriage counseling or couples counseling or whatever kind of counseling you would need, go talk to Robert C. Brown, who's a licensed professional counselor at Healing Grace Counseling Services over on 133 West Pascowan Street, Suite 10. So go ahead and check him out. You can see his website at healinggracecounseling.com, and healinggracecounseling@hotmail.com is his email address. Go ahead and definitely check him out. He's a very cool person, very good guy, easy to talk to, gives very, very sound advice. I've known the guy for almost a decade and a half, so the guy's really, really good. So let's get ahead and go and look at Raptor. But before we look at Raptor and Talon and his accessories, let's look at his file card, where it says Cobra Falconeer, codename Raptor. File name unknown. Primary military specialty is falconry. Secondary military specialty is an accountant. His birthplace is unknown. And the file card reads, the text on the file card reads, Raptor was your typical white-collar tax consultant who took up falconry as a pastime and soon became obsessed with the avian blood sport. He discovered that by breeding bigger and stronger birds and equipping them with steel-tipped talons, they were capable of attacking much more profitable game. Eventually, he was caught poaching on a mink ranch owned by Destro. To pay off that debt, Raptor joined Cobra hierarchy and began developing a bird of prey strong enough to attack specific targets on the G.I. Joe team. Raptor doesn't have any delusions about what he is, even if he dresses up with bird wings and spends most of his time in a giant bird cage. He believes that his costume and behavior command more respect from his avian allies. His specialized bird calling whistle enables him to communicate with them with uncanny accuracy. However, these is I'm going to butcher this word. Eccentricities are merely a means to an end. Told you I butchered that word. As the bottom line his bottom line is his non-taxable profit margin for Cobra Commander. The quote here at the bottom says, "Fly hard, attack swiftly, make no apologies." Okay, so that really does state a lot for who Raptor is and whatnot. Even though this is like the Battle Armor Cobra Commander, he's got two different variations. Firecard says one, and the comic book says the other. And so let's take a look at Raptor's accessories. Starting with his revolver. Nice looking revolver. Nice detailing, beautiful design. I like it. He also has his figure stand, upraised Cobra logo, codename Raptor on the front. I can't stand the codename in the front, as I said in almost every video, but it's pretty cool. He's also got his bird wings, so to speak, or these on the far card, they're called wings. And it comes in like 5 different pieces you can put together. Even my 1-year-old grandson could put this together. It's so easy. And as you can tell, it does fold in, and whatnot. Pretty cool looking set of bat wings. Plus, he also comes with his staff, which also doubles as a perch for Talon the Eagle, or Talon the Falcon. When I talking eagle, he ain't no eagle, he's a falcon. But, nice looking staff. And he also comes with this headrest that you can put on top of the falcon's head, so that way, it'll keep the falcon docile, so he won't be attacking. But it is very small and very losable. Speaking of falcon, but I wouldn't call this an accessory, or I wouldn't even really call this an animal companion, because, he trained Falcon, or Raptor trains falcons, for assault and attack. But this is Talon. Very, very beautifully sculpted falcon. He's unlike Spirit, with the open wings, but he's more like Polly with the closed wings, where you can just sit on top of the staff, perch himself on top of the staff while Raptor is carrying him. It's pretty cool looking sculpt. I like it. It really makes him look like a regal, majestic bird for some reason. But that's cool. But let's take a look at Raptor. With his unsightly, weird looking falcon headdress, which goes all the way up to the back. He's in that brown feathery tech color with the feathery texture. The big red eyes with the beak coming out. And of course, he's got his Hamburglar mask. Looks like he's about ready to sit there with his falcon head on and go in and rob some cheeseburgers from McDonald's. But that's cool. He's got that old chiseled kind of face. Comes out where he's got his little whistle, his falconry whistle right there around his neck, which is not removable, with the 2 straps, which is supposed to be the strap for the backpack for the bird wings. He's bare chested, bare armed, except for the elbow pad bracelets looking things on his arms. and he's got a black tied around belt with two holsters on the belt, which he can only use at the old one revolver, but he's got two holsters. I haven't figured that out yet. Excuse me. And he's got his brown pants with silver knee pads and beige pouches on the side. And then it seemed to go around half of his leg. And then he's got his brown shoes with the talons attached to it, metal steel talons attached to it, to really complete the bird ensemble. Which is pretty cool. So let's take a look at his articulation. His head does rotate 360 degrees all the way around. And he can raise his arm, but so far. His arm rotates full 360, bends at the elbow, rotates at the elbow, swivels at the wrist. He does have the ab crunch feature, which does have good side-to-side motion also. Come down to his typical T-hook at the hips, which gives a great hip motion. Make him do a split. Leg can lift to about full 90-degree kind of angle. He does have the double knee joints that I will show you here in a second. He does bend at the ankle, trust me. I just had a hard time getting it to happen, but oh well. Okay. He's not willing to bend at the knee here. And you see he does bend. Trying to get him to bend at the knee. Hang on one second. Okay, actually I'm wearing my orthopedic shoes. I stand corrected. He does bend at the knee, but it's a single knee joint. It is really not all that great of a bend, but it's still there. He does have his ankle pivot, where he does bend at the ankle, as well as swivel at the ankle. And let's take a look at our Falconeer all geared up. And here's Falcon or Raptor all geared up, even with Talon with the at resting on. I like how they did the little feather on the top. But just him all geared up. He makes his first comic book appearance in issue number 60. Oops, that fell off. I just like to put it right back here on the little ball on the back. But he makes his first G.I. Joe comic appearance in issue number 59. In the story arc where Fred 7 actually goes in to kill Cobra Commander. And, or thinks he does. But he is actually an accountant that actually works for Fred 7 on the side, doing his tax breaks for Cobra Commander and whatnot. But a really good story arc in the comic book right there. He makes no animated appearances for the cartoon, Sunbow nor the Deke. Missed opportunity there. But I'm sure if one of the two was actually running at the time, Raptor would have been in it. Raptor's a great character in my opinion. He is an ugly looking figure. You can tell he would be Cobra. But very good figure nonetheless. I would rank this as a top tier figure just because of the design and the very ugly unique look of the figure. I would rate this as a top tier figure. I would add this to my collection, because he's an obvious C rank Batman bad guy. But that's neither here nor there. But he's a great villain for G.I. Joe. Give a good matchup to Spirit with the Eagle and the Falcon going at it. But that was my. But check out Rent Vintage reviews of Raptor in by ACC 788 as well as Forum BX257. SEO Tour reviews, I think, does a review of Raptor. I know for a fact Joe Fan 82 does a review of Raptor, which I thought was pretty good. So go ahead and check them out. Tune in next week to Cobra Island to check out Cobra's or Iron Grenadier's courier, Destro's distant cousin, Darklon, or as I like to call him, Mr. Warp Darth Vader Mask. But that's beside the point. But this has been Raptor. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was informative. Tune in next week. I will see y'all next week in the next one. And as for Cobra Island, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. See you in the next one. Love you. Peace.